Hmm, I got a question for everyone out there, and you can answer it through the comments, or if you're too embarrassed to comment, you can message me. But have you ever been frustrated when people try to label you just because how you are? For example, I'm quiet. Some people may laugh and be like, yeah, okay. Some people will be like, really? Some people will be like, yes, she is. But just because of me being quiet, it's so many labels out there that goes towards me. And I can give you an example. Standoffish, stuck up, the capital B, or mean. I didn't know being quiet meant that I was mean. I didn't know that. But I think they were talking about my face. You know those people that can say everything with their face and they don't mean it? That's me. I can't help it. But one thing I can say is that if my face say it all, then your answer is right there. But anyway, I just never liked the fact how people could look at somebody and just because of their actions, they put them in the category. They never sit down and think, why is that person doing this? Maybe they're not like this. Let me see. Let me get to know them. Or maybe I'm just too anxious because I really want to talk to this person. I really want to be their friend, or I really want to have a connection, but they're not on the same energy as me and it's not on my timing. So they're just this, they're just that. I I don't like that. Simply said, I don't like people that put other people in a category because of their actions or how they are. Now, with me, I'll go back to talking about myself because I can't say everything for everybody else. But me being quiet, it was because I was the only child. I would play with Barbie dolls and, having a whole imagination and just to myself. Um, I wish I had siblings growing up. I didn't have anybody except for the little group of friends I did have growing up. And even being around a group of friends, I was quiet because I didn't know how to interact. I didn't know how to keep a conversation going. I would just laugh or crack jokes. And one thing that people knew about me is my contagious, infectious laugh that I have. I guess you guys will hear that one time. But nothing's funny right now because I'm just trying to see if anybody feel the way I feel. Because it's late night and I have these thoughts in my head. And this is one of the thoughts. Just putting somebody in a category because they're different. Um, Example, I have children. It took a minute for me to say something because I protect my children all the way. My son, he has autism. And one thing I was worried about because the things he do is different from the other children. And I thought that some of them would make fun of him, some of them would give him a hard time, but no. And I think what I'm trying to say is that children are the purest souls on earth. They don't know what you're going through. They don't care how you look. They don't care how you are. They just want somebody to play, hug, show love, be able to talk to. And I just wish if all adults in the world can just have that heart of a child just for a day, I think everything will be all right. So let's start thinking that nowadays when we see people, don't go by off their actions and how they're talking. Look through it because some people still have a child within them, a trauma or anything that devastated them, and they didn't have time to talk it out, so they act a certain way. And Of course, you want to label them real quick, but you shouldn't. Shouldn't judge. Get to know somebody before you start talking. Then once you really get to know someone, everything that they was presenting or how they were pushing you to be somebody is always the core of why they act the way they act. But yeah, leave a comment or you can message if you don't want to comment right here. But let me hear, has anybody ever went through that where they were put into a category and it bothered them and it's like I'm not this, I'm not that. I want to hear, and I definitely am the one that's not going to judge because I never was the one to judge. Because you never know what somebody's going through. And then everybody has a reason why the way they are, and it's okay. Keep being yourself. And if you happen to want to better yourself because you notice something wrong or if you notice something that I don't like it, it's okay to change. It's okay. It's you. It's you. You are all, there's nobody connected to you. This is your life. You do what's best for you. But hopefully, I get some answers or some questions also. So, hopefully, somebody feels the same way I do.